Hi, and welcome to the Power 365 show. I'm excited to introduce Christian Ternek, a partner at Austrian-based ISV with over 20 plus years in the industry and the last 15 working with MSCRM Add-Ons. I discuss his experience as an ISV, challenges and advice to others out there thinking of entering the industry. In 1998, Christian co-founded PTM EDV Systems, and since 2001, his company became a Microsoft CRM-based independent software vendor, as well as producing add-ons for Microsoft CRM. Christian is a partner and product manager for Microsoft CRM Add-Ons, which they sell online and via their distribution network. Now, let's get on with the show. Hey Christian, welcome to the Power 365 show.
Hi Mark, thanks for inviting me. It's truly an honor to be part of your podcast today.
Excellent. It's so exciting to have you on as one of the probably longest standing Dynamics ISVs currently in the community. That would be about right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it could be. I think there are not, or at least I don't remember one who is longer in this business at least for the Dynamics part.
Wow. So when did MSCRM Add-Ons get going? When did you kind of start the business? What gave you the idea to establish a business that created add-ons to Dynamics?
So, back in 1998, when we started the PTM EDV Systems, we started the company as a software house which developed custom software for local companies. But after a while, we found out that we are very dependent on some few companies and projects, and so we started to search for a second pillar for our business. Yeah, and at that time, Microsoft introduced CRM 1.2 in Europe, and we were at the conference where they presented it. We were very excited about the possibilities this platform provides to us, and yeah, the product wasn't really ready at that time for the public, but we were thinking if Microsoft starting something new in this area, the possibility that it is something which they make big is very high. And so we love the technology behind this. And for us, it was one of the first CRM products we saw, which was based on the newest Microsoft.NET technology. And as a developer, I was excited about the ability to extend the CRM with own .NET code in a very easy way. And yeah, that's how we started into this CRM journey.
Wow. So in 2001, when you saw the technology coming out, did your company then just pivot straight away and start working with Dynamics, or did you still have kind of other work and then it's kind of happened over time, this transition?
It was a bit of a transition because first we only developed custom software, and so I was starting to go deeper into this Dynamics part. And first, I have to say, when we came across CRM 1.2, we tried to sell and implement CRM 1.2 in the beginning, but when we recognized that the features are limited and it is possible to develop features into that, we started doing that after that and stopped trying to sell and implement CRM 1.2 very quickly.
Wow, yeah. So you're based in Austria, is that right?
Yes.
So how big is Dynamics in Austria, or do you pretty much do all the selling of your technology outside of Austria?
So Austria is a very small market for us. We started also with the first customers in the US. So it is very small for us in Austria. And so we started directly in the US selling our products.
Mm-hmm. So how have you found, if you're like, building in one location or geography and really selling, on the other side of the world? Has there been any limitations with that? Has there been anything that, any added value of even doing that in a different market?
It is difficult to get into this market. In the beginning, I was more or less alone starting this part of MSCRM Add-Ons, and so I had long days there to leverage time zone differences until we got more people into the MSCRM Add-Ons brand.
Mm-hmm. So were you when you're looking at developing your business, were customers mainly coming to you from introductions by Microsoft, or was it the internet was bringing people to you? How were people finding your products and services to be able to, start purchasing them from you?
Yeah, especially in the beginning, it was a lot of community work. We had no one at Microsoft who helped us getting new leads. If you're an ISV, which has a vertical solution, it is much easier than for us with an horizontal product, because we do not deliver any licenses, and so we are not so important for Microsoft. At least I think so, and it looks like that. So we have done a lot of community work in the beginning, and then of course we have started to build up a partner network, a strong partner network through which we are selling our products.
So when you got started, and you're talking about you did a lot of work in the community before your product really started to pick up. What type of things were you doing in the community to kind of get that exposure?
Yeah, at least we looked through the community questions and all their answers, and there, if we see that our products can leverage the functionality, we told the people that if the base product of CRM cannot do that, with our product you can do that, and that, at least in the beginning, that was a big step for us to get partners.
Gotcha. And what was the first product you came out with?
Yeah, we had mostly two products at the same time, which we started, and it came out of two ideas which came up because, as mentioned before, we had tried to implement CRM, and there we came across the problem that it is not possible to create Word documents or letters. And the second problem we had there was that we had an overview of all the appointments in CRM. And out of these two problems, we developed the Word Mail Merge add-on, which we nowadays call Document Score Pack, and the Group Calendar to show all the appointments. And both products are still in our portfolio, but the Document Score Pack became, over the years, our main product. Yes, and the Document Score Pack product now has, of course, not much to do with the product from 2005, you can imagine.
Yeah, a lot of transition. So going back to you talked about starting off in the community and answering those kind of questions that you're seeing people are having and showing how your product could fit that. When did partners start really kind of connecting with you and start, kind of wanting to sell your product as well?
Yeah, I think one important thing here was in the beginning that we had a very simple partner program. There it is that we said to our partners they get free licenses to use the product internally for 3 months. The only thing they need to do is to sell the product, and then they will get a margin out of that. And with this simple partner program we created there, we got a lot of partners to at least try the product, install it, and many stayed with the product.
So kind of like, how large is your distribution around the world now? How many countries are you in? Kind of, what are your bigger markets that you're doing more kind of sales in from a geography perspective?
Yeah, there is no continent in which we haven't sold our products. I have not exactly numbers in my mind now how many countries we have, but the last time it was about 50. The bigger markets, of course, are the US market and the European market, but also Australia is a very good market for us.
Okay. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. And kind of how do you ongoingly engage, if you like, with those partners in those various geographies? Do you, is it mainly at events that you connect with them, or what do you do to go about to, if you like, engage partners and create that relationship with partners?
The different events are very important for us to get in contact with the partners and getting new partners. And it is also important to talk with existing partners and put a face on a name. So that's always very important for us. Additionally, we have two sales departments, one here in Europe and one in the US.
So tell me, I've worked with various ISVs over, my career in Dynamics. And one of the things that I found difficult, I was based in Australia and New Zealand for some time was, and this is not particularly about your company, but just in, companies that are serving the world, if you like, rather than just their own country. How do you handle like support issues when time zone is involved? Like, in Australia, everybody's up and working while you'd be asleep in Austria, for example. How do you manage, if you like, any type of real-time support?
Yeah, we also have two support teams. One is sitting here in Europe and one in the US. So we are able to manage support requests for 18 hours a day. There are 6 hours where we are not available for normal support. And of course, that's the biggest problem for the Australian market because it is between, from the European side, it is between 0 and 6 a.m. But also for this, at least for enterprise customers, we have a phone number they can call if there is really something urgent going on.
So let's talk a bit about kind of the staff that you employ. So as an ISV, I assume that you have a development team and various, sales teams and things like that. Can you kind of give me a bit of a breakdown of the type of staff mix, the type of roles that you have as an ISV business?
Yeah, as mentioned, I can put that together into mainly three groups. It's the support team, it's the sales team, and it's the development team, which needs to work very closely together. For us, especially the support team, or overall the support is very important for us. And I really get often, especially also on events, a good feedback on that our support team is doing really a great job. And therefore, we have a pretty unique way to handle support cases here in our organization. We also not only the support team is working on support cases, we have deeply involved also our development team. The development team and the support team are sitting next to each other, and so every dev has also to do support cases if necessary, and if it is a more complicated thing, and so we can keep the reaction time very short. And what I've heard that is something that the partners and customers are really liking a lot.
Excellent. And tell me a bit about, like, once again, employees, like how, if I look at consultants, if they're on a job for a year, the one job doing a Dynamics implementation as such, they can get frustrated about being on the same project for so long. In your case, staff would be working with your products for a very long time. How do you maintain their morale and interest and passion in building your technology?
That's right. The most are working on the same products, but the challenges are not the same. They are changing. So on the one hand, the technology in the background changes very often. also that the products are changing with the new technologies Microsoft is providing. But of course, the main thing is the same. If you are working in the Documents Core Pack team, you're having to do with the document generation part. But I think at least in our company, it changed a little bit because especially in the beginning, you really needed a lot of all-rounders when we started that. So the people had to do everything because they have to do support, they have to do development and sales because we had not enough people there. And yeah, the most of this people we found there were really very committed and self-motivated and are still part of the company today. So we have a very, very low fluctuation rate. And because we found such a good team in the beginning, and I'm really happy about this core team we found in the beginning, and it made it possible to realize the plans we had for all this.
So what were some of the challenges you faced when you started out with Dynamics that are different from the kind of challenges you had faced today?
The first challenge was for sure to get partners and customers to install and test our products. And therefore, we try to make the products as easy as possible to install and purchase from our website. And of course, the products must be good, the products you have, but if the product is good but has a cumbersome installation process, nobody will try it, especially if you, as a product provider, are new in this business. And we invested a lot in making the installation process as easy as possible for all users. And our intention was that even users with a low technical skill should be able to easily download the product from our website, install the add-on and try it. Together there with the online shop where you were able to install, instantly purchase the product and get the license. It was really a door opener for us and was something which was pretty new at that time for a small add-on provider as we were. And I'm sure this was one of our key success factors in the beginning. We had pretty quickly our first partners and customers in the US. Yeah, and after the first year selling our add-ons, we also were contacted by John Gravely, who is really a great guy, and we talked about our products, and he asked if he can purchase one of our products, and that was also one of the big challenges in the beginning. Should we really make quick money with the products or stay with what we have? And there at that time we were pretty sure that our add-ons are unique in the market, and so we came to an agreement that we do not sell the product, but rebrand our products for C360. And that opened a lot for us because the sales team at that time of C360 was really great, and it was able to bring our products to a complete new audience. And now, 13 years later, I'm really happy about that decision, for example, because even after C360 was sold multiple times, we have still customers from that time which are using our products.
That's incredible. That's incredible. One of the challenges that I hear from other ISVs, particularly with things like Microsoft AppSource, is how do you protect your IP? How do you stop somebody, downloading your technology and decompiling it and then taking your ideas? How do you protect your IP?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's also a big difference or a big different challenge than in the years we began with the MSCRM Add-Ons because when we started MSCRM Add-Ons, we had no competition to our products. And if someone developed a new add-on, he tried to build something which is not already on the market. And now, as you mentioned in the App Source, you find a lot of products for the same feature. And yeah, there you cannot really protect the IP, or you only can try to make it better than others, I would say. And many competitors for our products are coming now from a different platform and trying to customize their solution because they heard that the Dynamics market is so big and is very attractive. And yeah, there I think our advantage is that we are so long in this business. We are fully integrate into the Dynamics UI with our products, and it's really made for the Dynamics UI and platform, and for nothing else.
Yeah, excellent. Have you kind of seen a change in your customer base over time?
Of course, the customer base changed over time, especially in the beginning. We tried to get into this market, and we tried to get at least smaller and mid-sized companies first, and this was for a very long time our sweet spot. Now we are in the situation that we are entering more and more into the enterprise market. Dynamics is no longer only a customer database with a sales marketing module. It's really the power platform in the background, and so I hope it opens also a whole new world for us because we can enter all kinds of industries with this new power platform. And so the products we are providing also are working for vertical solutions for complete different things now.
Mm-hmm. So has that been part of your market opportunity to actually work with other ISVs and kind of embed your technology in something? Let's say if they built a vertical solution for, let's say, let's say law or legal, do they come along and buy, if you like, white label your product as in the document generation and sell it inside theirs?
Yeah, that's something we do with partners. So white labeling the product if it is needed, or anything like that, we have done in the past. And also we see for the future a lot of potential, especially in this canvas model-driven apps technology, where we also can leverage that the back end is this XRM platform, and all our products are working there. And so you also can leverage the document generation tool from us in your new canvas or model-driven app.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what makes a successful product in your opinion? What does it take to be successful in creating ISV solutions?
First, you need to solve, I think, a common business problem with the product. And there has to be a business requirement to make it successful. If you want to earn money with the product, it is not enough to have a nice product. Then you need to have something that is really compelling. If you also want to attract partners to resell and build a partner network, your product with your product, the partners not doing that because only of the margin alone. It is more about, does this product help me closing deals, or does this product give me a chance to beat other partners? Or if I use the product, will I have the chance to be ahead of the competitions? So there are a lot of things that the product has to meet. The usability, as mentioned, is another important pillar. It has to be easy to deploy, easy to configure, and most importantly, we think easy to use. We also give all our customers the ability to test the product before they purchase it, and so they really see what they get. And yeah, last but not least, as mentioned also before, the support of in the background is very important. If you have a good product, but you have questions about the product and nobody's answering that, you will not get partners using that or customers if they see that there is no reaction on support questions.
Yes, yes. Okay, that's very interesting. So 3 elements you're saying: you got to get your partner engagement right, you got to solve a business problem, and you got to get your support system right. Excellent. How do you determine what products to develop? Like, how do you come up? Originally, you've come up with the document core pack, but I know you've built other products over time. Kind of, what drives your development backlog?
Yeah, we have, I would say, 2 main inputs for determining where our products are going in the future. The one input comes from an internal team where we discuss what we want to see in our products, because and build the roadmap. And the second and the most important comes from our partners and customers. We are here very customer and partner driven company, and we are listening to our partners because they are all the time out at the customer field. And so I think that's really important for us to get information from them, what they see is needed and what they think they miss in the products. These findings are going directly into our products, or at least in the discussions of our products, where we go from there. The platform updates also driving changes in our product a lot, especially if you think about new versions of Dynamics that can make add-ons useless.
Yeah.
So we need to stay on top of what Microsoft is doing. We are constantly looking for new functional gaps or processes that can be streamlined and simplified with one of our products. And yeah, here it is really, as one door closes, typically another door opens up. And if I think about this, an example we had, I think in version 4 of CRM, developed a dashboard tool in Silverlight, which really was a bestseller for some years until Microsoft added the dashboards into the product itself. And we had to enter development in that direction. Because you can imagine nobody is interested to purchase something if there is at least something similar in there, even if it's not that good as our product, but still it makes no sense to invest anything in that. But on the other side, the start of the movement to the cloud-based CRM began, and there we heard from our customers more and more that the storage costs and saving of all the attachments in CRM is a problem for them, and we developed the tool called Attachment Extractor to extract all the attachments to a blob storage or a SharePoint location. And yeah, that's what I mean with, if one door closes, another one opens up, and you have to be you have to keep your eyes open.
Yeah, that's a fantastic attitude, because, I'd know that there would be a bunch of companies that would get upset that Microsoft built a feature into the platform that they were, was in their add-on product. But you just look at it as an opportunity to go, okay, that product no longer is going to work, but hey, here's another product idea.
Yeah, if you really want to stay in this business, you have to think so.
Yeah, okay. So it's interesting that you mentioned the attachment extractor. Microsoft has announced back a bit that in 2019 there's going to be some major changes to how storage is billed and charged in CRM Online or in Dynamics 365. And so your tool potentially could solve a lot of those storage issues, I take it, in that you could either move all your attachments to a SharePoint location, or did you say a blob storage as well in Azure?
Yes, exactly. So we have at the moment these two locations where we can store it. You can, if you already have a SharePoint location or a SharePoint integration with your CRM, we can leverage that and save the attachments to the associated SharePoint locations. Or if you have a blob storage, and that's the most cost-effective way, you can save it to a blob storage, and we really take the attachment out of your CRM, put it on the blob storage, and there for the end user will be no difference. You will not see any difference where the attachment is stored.
So the link is still there. They could still access it, but they just don't. It's not stored in CRM.
They can access it with the same UI as out of the box. There is not even a change in the UI for the users.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And is that a once-off move, or if I get an email tomorrow and it has a 10 megabyte PDF on it, will it move that one that arrives tomorrow?
Yes, of course, it's a service in the background which always copies or removes the attachment from your CRM and move it to the SharePoint or the blob storage.
Excellent, excellent. So just want to discuss a little bit about partners and the reseller network a bit more. Do you find all partners are the same, or do you find some partners, if you like, sell more of your add-ons than others, and why is that?
Yeah, as mentioned before, we have a partner program which can be accessed very easily. And so we have, of course, a lot of one-deal partners. I would call it that way. They need our solution to close a certain deal, but then we never hear from them again. And so, yeah, we try to overcome this now with interaction with the partner on a frequent basis. Here it is really our goal to get this partner to use our products internally. But even if we have partners using our products internally and they are reselling the product, it often depends on a single person. Once this person leaves, no one knows the product in detail, and so no one continues to promote us. And therefore, we try to share the message across the full partner organization via dedicated sessions or for all sales and consultants. That helps a lot. To keep a stable and ideally growing partner network, you really keep in touch with the partners on a regular interval. And of course, this is very difficult as a small ISV company with low resources, but it is necessary if you really want to grow your partner network.
So you mentioned there about educating consultants as well as salespeople. Typically, do you find it's more consultants that are recommending your product into their projects, or is it more salespeople are using your product to help, sell a Dynamics implementation?
Sometimes it's the sales, sometimes the consultants. So it's really different. So I cannot say the one or other is more often.
Okay. So what's some of the challenges you've found with working through partners and selling through partners?
Yeah, I would say it's really the problem with having partners for a one deal, not getting them to sell more, and that's the biggest challenge there with partners.
So do you find, just to give me a bit of a feel, you've got your one deal partners at one end of the spectrum. What are your larger partners? How many are they typically selling per annum of, let's say, Document Core Pack? Are they selling like 10 copies a year, 50, 100, 1,000? What type of numbers are the big partners doing?
The big partners doing 1,000 and more.
Wow. Okay. So that's incredible. So you definitely got some great partners that are using it in a lot of their implementations.
Yeah.
Excellent. Is there like a...
what was that? To not get it wrong, I think about 1,000 seats or more a year. Or
Yes.
what were you thinking about? 1,000 installations a year? I
Yeah.
was not
Okay.
clear
So
about the
yeah,
questions.
okay. So you're saying they're selling sites with like 1,000 seats, but like how many, if you like, server licenses would a big partner be selling a year on average for you, or installation or tenant licenses of your product?
Between 20 and 40.
Yeah. Nice. Excellent. Okay, so that gives you like an idea of the spectrum. One, the partner that sells one a year,
Yeah.
as opposed to those that are because that's obviously representative of a large partner that is doing also a lot of projects to be able to move that number of installations. That's great. What recommendations would you have to an ISV starting out in business today in the Dynamics 365 space?
In the ISV space, it depends what type of solution you have. I think it is, do you have a vertical solution or do you have a horizontal solution? That's the first main question. I think if you have a vertical solution, it's much easier because I don't think Microsoft is going to do verticals in the future, and you also can get a lot more attention from Microsoft because you are bringing new licenses to them, and that counts for them more, and so you get leads from Microsoft and all that stuff. As a horizontal ISV, you normally don't get leads from Microsoft, or at least I cannot remember a lot of leads we got from Microsoft. So you have to do that by your own. And as mentioned before, if you have a horizontal solution, you don't know if Microsoft replaces your tool in the next couple of months or years with something they develop by their own. So it is tough as a horizontal solution. If you start in that direction, you have to be aware of that.
Interesting. Do you think there's a large opportunity for ISVs to start up and build on, for example, a Microsoft Power Platform now?
I think so, yes. The Power Platform is great, so I really love that. And we are doing more and more in that direction, and I'm pretty sure there is a market for ISVs there.
Excellent. You've obviously been on AppSource for a couple of years now, or AppSource has been running a couple of years. Did you notice kind of any greater exposure than what you already had for your solutions once the AppSource came along? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so we had the luck that we were one of the first from the dynamic space, and Microsoft asked us to be in this AppSource from the beginning. And I think if you as ISV want to sell your solutions, you have to be there. You have to be on AppSource. There is no way around it. Even if the leads you get from there are not that good, so the quality is not really good. It gets better and better, but it's still not very good. So, but there is no way around the AppSource.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what do you mean by the quality is not that good? Is it people that are just asking questions but not buying? How do you determine quality?
That you get the email addresses, for example, from Microsoft, and with the information that they installed it from the AppSource, but you can't reach them. So you can't reach the person who has done that, and so it's yeah.
Interesting. So the lead is not really any good to you in that you don't have the right information to reach out and make a connection with the people installing it.
Yeah, we don't get in contact very often with the AppSource leads.
Okay, that's interesting. So another question I have around this is that, there's multiple ways you can deploy your product into AppSource. There's a trial function, there's a free option, and there's test drive. What way have you found most effective so far?
We only have used, I think, and I have to say I'm not the expert in AppSource in our company to answer that question, but as far as I know, we only have the trial version at the moment in use, that customers or partners can go there and import the solutions, and then it will work for 14 days. And we haven't tried anything else.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So, Microsoft is constantly changing the platform nowadays. When you started, it was every 3 years Microsoft, released a new version. They would patch it in between, but, it was only every 3 years. Now they're releasing twice a year, and pretty much new updates are coming out monthly. How do you kind of, if you like, handle the risk to your product breaking or your product breaking their product? How do you kind of stay across these rapid changes?
Yeah, this challenge has changed really. And as you mentioned, in the years between version 1.2 and 2013, we had really this 3-year releases, and we had a lot of time to test our products, to get them ready when the new version is coming out. And also we got the right information from Microsoft to and beta versions to test it really. Now that with CRM Online, it really changed a lot, and you have not a lot of time to prepare your solution that it not breaks when they update it. But you have to react very quickly whenever Microsoft is shooting out a new release. So that's not easy, but you have to be aware that it could happen every week.
Wow. Christian, it's been great talking to you. I'd just like to get on to some quick-fire questions, and before you go, what's the one thing that you kind of read or do repeatedly that you'd recommend to others?
I have a big list of blogs and podcasts. I'm constantly reading. I use Feedly as my main reading tool. I don't know if you know that tool for many years now, and there I add and remove interesting news and blogs constantly. I'm mainly interested in technology and in general, and of course I have my reading list about Dynamics community, and there I have, of course, guys like Jonas Rapp, Steve Mordew, Jukka Niiranen on my list, and so it's really a list which changes a lot.
Excellent. What's the one productivity tool that you can't live without?
It really depends what a productivity tool is for you. If CRM is a productivity tool for you, then I would say CRM, because that's the app I use every day. We have everything integrated into our CRM. We live CRM in our company, and so that's for sure our productivity tool. But if you mean a smaller tool, I would say it is for me, it's OneNote and the pen. I really like to take notes with the pen on my Surface or on the phone.
Excellent. What's the best purchase you've made under $100?
I would say flowers for my wife.
That's very good.
I can always count on her, and you can imagine that I often work outside of normal business hours, and so you really need someone on my. I really need someone on my side who manages the rest of my life.
That's so good. I love it. What is one thing you're passionate about that you really share with others?
That's tough too, because what is a passion you rarely share? But for me, and perhaps it sounds strange, but my real passion is my job I have. So my father and I, my father is one of the other founders of the company, dreamed from having our own company back when I was in school, and so that we are now already 20 years in business with our company, and the company is doing better than ever, is really a dream coming true for me.
That's so nice, being able to work with your dad like that. I think that would be incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, fantastic. Who do you recommend as a guest for this podcast in the future?
That's really difficult, because I looked into your recent podcasts, and you have so many great guys there. So I don't know.
That's all right. I'll let you off that one. Christian, it's been really good to have you on the show. Before you go, if people want to follow you online, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter or on Facebook. That's it mainly.
Mm-hmm. And what's your, how do they find you on Twitter? What's your Twitter handle?
It's Ternek.
Spelt?
It's the C of Christian and Ternek, Ternek.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for listening. I'm always keen to chat with ISVs and understand their journey. If you know someone that has a product that runs on Dynamics 365 or the Power Platform, I'd love to have a chat. Can I ask you a favor? Producing these podcasts take a lot of effort, and the podcast can only be successful if you, the community, are getting value from it. If you enjoyed this show, can you please take a minute to leave a review on iTunes? You can do that by going to nz365guide.com/iTunes. I'd really appreciate it. For show notes or to discuss anything covered in the show, please go to nz365guide.com/56, and I'll see you next time.